New songwriter, new artist. Let's just say you completed writing a song and you thought that the work was over with. Let me tell you something. You need a producer. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Patrick Preston Music. My name is Patrick Preston, and if you're watching this as soon as it airs, Happy New Year to you. Last year was a really cool year, a lot of production, a lot of mentorship, a lot of things in music and audio production. And so now I'm doing something a little bit different. Like, there's something I don't do. I don't do talking heads. If I'm talking online, doing an interview, we're having a conversation, we're doing the banter and all of that type stuff. But this is a little bit different for me. But I gotta say, I'm very passionate about this conversation because it came up quite a bit on last year and it reoccurs in the music industry space. What is this conversation? So the topic today is you need a producer. So this topic has been heavy on my mind for many years, but last year it was very heavy because of two things. I have like a little more awareness about myself, and then also the awareness of the lack of information that other people have in regards to music production. So what do I mean when I say awareness of self? So for years I've done music pretty much all my life. I started out playing drums in church and then evolved to playing on the keyboard, and then went from playing on the keyboard to actually teaching the choir songs, teaching the leaders how to lead the songs, how to ad-lib, creating vocal choices, and then even modifying songs on the spot, So going into production for me was kind of easy, but even in learning in that space, there's so many things I didn't know. Even as I evolved from the church to commercial studio to now even teaching music and audio production, I'm noticing some things that I don't like, that I see, but then the self-awareness part is the thing that I know I'm most gifted in. So now since I'm in like the commercial studio space, I put myself in a position to record. I put myself in a position to do edits, do the mixing, and even doing the mastering in that process. The older I get, I just want to do one job, and I want to do one job well. So the one job I enjoy the most. Yo, I hope you're enjoying this episode, but I got a quick question for you. Are you looking to learn more about music production? Are you looking to learn more about audio production? Are you looking to find some mentorship in this space? Well, I have created a platform called Preston University. Even though I teach on a collegiate level, I still find people hitting me up in the DMs, the inbox, asking different questions about different things, about certain gear. And I found myself getting overwhelmed trying to keep up with social media and keep up with everything on those platforms. At Preston University, we offer hands-on courses, real-world projects, and supportive community that'll help level up your skills. If you're ready to turn your passion into expertise, go ahead and join Preston University. The link is in the description. Go ahead and join today. Talk to you later. So the one job I enjoy the most out of the music production is producing. And then what I also see on the other side is those that write songs and have a gift to do certain things, they find themselves trying to do everything by themselves. So I was once that guy, not that guy anymore. Don't like to be that guy. Don't like to be put in a position where I have to do things, but if I have to do it, I'll do it. What I find is with those that don't have the information about the production, they feel like they can do it by themselves. Meaning, if I have a song, what do I need to do to get this song completed? And I know there are a lot of different AI technology pieces that you can work in to just kind of help you skip the process. But I think there's an art form, and I know there's an art form to this thing that we do in developing a song. And sometimes the songwriter may not be the producer, and the artist may not be the producer. Those are the things that I want to get out the way, and I want to make sure that we have a clear understanding of this thing, because there is a lot of music out there. There are a lot of artists, and there are a lot of songwriters that haven't developed their song for a number of reasons. One, it's your baby, right? You don't want nobody to mess with your baby, right? And I get it. And then there are some that think it's easier than it really is. And then there are some that have no idea, so it scares them to even think that I have this song that I want to put out. And then you have those that'll put it out anyway and be excited and cheerful about the thing that they've released, but the production was not in place. I'm going to talk about one point today. This one thing I want to talk about, what a producer actually does, or who is a producer. A producer is a visionary. A visionary is a person that thinks about or plans the future with imagination and wisdom. So with that being said, with your song, have you considered the melody? Have you considered the vocal production? Have you considered the instrumentation that's going to go into this song? And if you have you considered the players that are going to play on the song? So what a producer will do as a visionary, he will take your song, listen to what you have to say about your song, and has already planned out how the song should sound with all of the information that's given. A lot of songs are created, a lot of demos are created with just piano and vocal or guitar and vocal. And you have to see this song in a bigger space. Not to say that the instrumentation has to be dense or it has to be ready for a big stage. Maybe you're not that type of artist. Maybe the song doesn't call for that type of density, but you might have sparsity with this song. It might be piano vocal and a cello. It might be piano vocal, guitar, and a cello. This is what a producer thinks about in the process of writing your song or in the process of, again, producing your song. And so in the other part of that definition is the wisdom. Having somebody that has enough understanding, enough maturity to know what to do to make the song pop. Oh my God, this light is killing me. You see that light right there? Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. All right, think I got the light. Wisdom. Having someone in the room that has the understanding and the know-how to listen to a song from a subjective mindset with no objectivity. Some objectivity, but the majority of the mindset is subjectivity because there has to be something about this song that I can pull out. That's how producers think. We're looking at it before it actually happens, before we start recording. So let me give you an example. I produced this song last year called Cha Cha. It's by this artist named Yana. When we listened to the song, the song was really dope. I liked it from the beginning when I heard it. She pulled a track from YouTube University, as a lot of people do, just to get the idea out. And I understand that, especially when you can't articulate what you want to convey. This is a good way to connect with the artist. The artist give you their thought process on the song, and then you build off of that. But let's just say all we had was lyrics, and the artist says, I want this to sound like a pop song, a happy song with a clueless vibe to it.
Can I tell you a secret? I really like you.
As an artist, they may or may not know that, hey, there are certain type of instruments you want to use. There's certain type of vocal production that you want to go for. There's certain type of nuances you want to do with the voice. And if those things are not created, it's basically a song that's not completed. So with that being said, first thing that came to mind is when I heard it, I'm like, okay, this kind of got a Sabrina Carpenter feel to it. Very pop, very, very happy. Sunroof down, driving on the 405 in California, LA, something like that. I don't know. That's how it felt to me. But I didn't go in with my traditional or my background, which is gospel. I didn't start with that. I had to start with a different thing. And I had to get into the mind of the song. And again, that's what we're doing as a visionary. What instruments would I use? Would I use a guitar? Would I use programmed drums? Would I use acoustic drums? Am I going to use a bass player? Am I going to fake it till I make it? I'm just going to play. Like, all of those things go into the process. Again, as visionaries, we see this at the beginning stages of it. And so my hope for you as you've watched this video, I'm going to continue this conversation in other videos. I don't want these to be too long, but ask yourself this question. If you've written a song, if you are an artist, have you considered the people that are in the room, and have you found the visionary in the room? Because sometimes there may just be a person in the room, can't play, can't sing, but they can see what the song should be. That might be your producer, or you might be the producer. But however you look at it, You need a producer. Look, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you want more information like this, please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, let your friends know. Let's keep this conversation going. My goal is to just inform, educate as much as I can, and also you guys can bring something to light. I'm open to suggestions. If you have some things you want to talk about, leave it in the comments. Until next time.